We got ourselves Adam Power over on this team. Why are my characters zoomed out? Adam Power rocking the full pink attire. Literally everything that's pink from this man. Everything that you could have bought on the store or trading post is on him. Demonish going to be first up versus Saya. Saya getting blasted out by the portals from every angle, trying to see if he can close the gap. Demonish looking to board the guy over, but he's actually just going to try to see if he can ignore it with an immunity. Got himself full damage rolling in. Demonish looking to get himself a cooked up Chaos Ball, but it's still Saya holding on strong with that immunity, trying to see if he can keep fighting through the Demonish. Big hit afterwards with a Templar's Verdict. Demonish with a wall right now. Fear to follow onto Saya. That's going to be a full stun of Saya trick out of it. Demonish, I feel like he's got nothing left, right? Unless he got a port. He got a port last second, but it's just, oh, he does get hit with a reckless hammer. Just hammer down, but just a second. Okay, Logic came out there a little early. He was like, oh, yeah, Demonish is definitely dead. So I was like, hold on a second. Hold on, let me first finish the job real quick. Ray of Frost around the corner. Saya did end up using his own magic immunity, though. So he won't have that anymore. But you'll be able to get himself a proper bubble a little bit later. As Arcane trying to see if he can get himself an angle. As a Frostmage, you actually do have a pretty good setup versus a Retribution Paladin. Especially once you can yoink their Hand of Freedom, they have no way to break out of your slows easily. There's not ability like Emancipation back from BFA. Big shatters down onto Saya. Laying hands available. Arcane Logic trying to see if he can keep the pressure rolling in. Frostball still getting smacked up by Saya, able to break through his man's shields. That's going to be a stun. Does not have enough for this one. Trick it is used though. Got himself hopefully the ultra in order to get himself a better position. Saya doesn't want to rush over to the pillar. He has the mage right in his sights. That's going to be a full ice block, looking for a bit of a reset for Saya. This gives him at least a chance to just double back for a moment. I like this spear you got going on too. I actually like your full attire. Look at this. It's the entire full set of the Zandalari, like the guard, the bone armor and everything. It actually looks so good. Big blaster damage onto Arcane Logic. As the man is trying to see if he can get himself some shatters while staying mobile versus Saya. Got him some shields with a quick fire breath. Does give him at least an opportunity to reset. That's going to be a second ice buck available in case he needs to. He also got himself full burst if possible. Ring of Fire almost fully out, but it's actually might just go down. I was going to say for a second, like, it actually looked like it was okay. It was okay. It was okay. And then Saya just keeps slamming him from rage back to back. I was honestly... Did this accidentally press bop early? Uh-oh, that might be a little rough though. Saya's still holding on to a bubble, so at least he's got himself that one immunity. For Desmo, he won't have that immunity immediately versus Saya. Trick gets out immediately, and Saya trying to see if he can kind of back away as Desmo got himself full crusade of the raid and needs to get himself Hand of Freedom and everything available. Is the man walking? No, he just slowed. He's not walking. He just slowed as Saya trying to see if he can get himself a... Not an angle? I think just line of sight. You're just waiting by this time. Disma backing up out completely, actually. On this Crusade, that's unfortunate. I feel like once you, as a Paladin, you pop Crusade, you definitely want to rush in, get as much damage out. He's kind of, I think, trying to see if you can get Saya away from any kind of pillar. Stun locked by Saya. I don't know what you can really do. Bubble out for Dismo. Saya looking to create some space, trying to create some line of sight away from Dismo. Unless Dismo got himself recovery, I don't really know what much more he can really do. Saya just walks in and just cleaves him down all in a single global. I think it was Crusade Strike, Crusader Strike, Templar's Verdict, with a Divine Storm all at once kind of going off without much damage. That's unfortunate. With Jayhawk gonna be up next. Him versus Saya though. Jay, last time we saw Saya, he got a nice juicy interrupt, blasted the guy into oblivion. Jay been playing against Paladins and Rogues recently and just gotten a lot better at fighting them. So I want to see if maybe this arena gives maybe Saya any kind of advantage here. Hand of Freedom immediately. If Jay can spell steal it as soon as possible, try to go for a slow into Saya, trying to get himself an angle blind right after. That is also going to be a touch of the magic together with another Tempest. Okay, misses to follow. Trying to see if he can blast through, but a shield event hits up on Saya. Should be able to break through a shield. That is still a touch of the magic. Collects quite a bit of the damage. It's going to hit right into Holy Saya's Salbar. Either way though, got himself a little bit of that range damage though, playing the one middle wings with a big final wreck from a distance. Able to blast out for Saya. Doesn't bubble. Last second bubble as a barrage is about to go down. Regenerating is available for Saya. As Jay looking to get himself a little bit of a reset behind the pillar, and the Bloodlust is at the ready, or rather Time Warp at the ready. He got himself touching the magic very soon. Is going to get AoE'd out as he got himself stunned up. Blinking right back to the room, which is unfortunate. Trying to see if he can waddle away from Saya, but Jay still holding on to an ice block. Might have to use it here. Saya no longer has himself any big immunity. Does go for the block. Was that an alter into a block? Might have been. Might have been. Does go for barrages. Doesn't seem block long at all though. Saya is away from any kind of line of sight, so if Jay can catch a good angle onto Saya while he's away from any kind of pillars, he's actually in a great spot. Hand of Freedom is available. Yoinks it immediately. Got himself touching the magic together with the Ring of Fire as well as the missiles to follow. Saya's actually taking quite a bit of the damage. The Fire, Ring of Fire, as well as touching the magic combo is actually quite potent, because it just kind of keeps like doubling back into each other. Does go for the interrupt on the arcade. Shay might be in a lot of trouble. I think it might be over. And the last final hammer sent in for Saya. Looks like the angles of this arena did give him a little bit of a, I guess, an advantage, or at least an opportunity. Full stun to Saya. Did have himself a Blessing of Saint just to make sure it is, if he does get stunned up, it is at least reduced. Blind to follow right after. Silence to follow. I think Lore may just have him here. Nothing Saya can do in this situation. Last chance at lay on hands. Down into Lore. Got himself the IBF. Saya trying to see if he can back up out of there. Got himself he's generating resources. He's got himself the mana. He's got himself just enough in order to keep spamming the flashlight of Word of Glory. We are at the 6-minute mark, 30% dampening. Man's got barely anything to keep himself alive. Shield of Vengeance coming up very, very soon though, and the wall should be coming up as well. With wings, I think potentially coming back up too. I don't know if he uses wings just to get himself a heal. Maybe gonna pair that together with the Shield of Vengeance. God, he knows there's a stun coming. Blessing of Sanctity in order to reduce it. Second stun right after him. Not much he can do. Wings are available. Does get himself immunity the last second with a Blessing of Protection, or Blessing of Spellboarding rather. Lore tanking up as much damage as he can. Not taking a lot of that holy damage whatsoever while he's in the dome. Stun. Got himself a Trinket with a bit of a Death Pact as well as a Lichborn. If anything, that's a bit of that DR. Silas still not out of the woods. Lore does not have any way to heal himself right now. His entire health bar is necrotic out, so he's going to have to break through necrotics before he can even start catching himself any kind of healing. He needs to find a way to get Saya away from the pillar. He needs to get a proper stun on the guy whenever possible. Next stun by Saya could be huge, but also next stun by Lore could be the end of Saya. He got silence, so if he just rushes at Saya, goes in with the silence immediately, that locks out Saya on quite a lot of his abilities. Trying to go for a Hand of Freedom versus Global. Does go for AMS in order to try to see if he can reduce the stun if there's going to be one into a full stun by the Strangulate. He needs to get himself a silence. Does get himself a Hotch. Lore at no help whatsoever. Saya may just have enough right now, unless Lore picks up a bunch of damage out of nowhere. I don't know. Shield of Vengeance? No, there's no way. Yeah, at the end of that, with a Shield of Vengeance, there's no way. I think the only way you could have done it is if you just like kept ramping up damage the entire time and not let the guy get away at all. But at that point, like this high dampening, what do you do? Right? What do you do in that situation? It is a lot going on. Let's see if we can get ourselves another one. Oh god, bodies. What happened? Wait, I can't even sprint over. I don't even have to keep my head set up properly, this guy. Huh. Okay, we'll get us another one going though, yeah?